Welcome to Defotech TV on YouTube.
Hello, good day. You're welcome to another edition of our online class. And today we'll be looking at a topic that has to do with energizers and reverse voltage. Energizers and reverse voltage. Sorry, voltage. Nemtek Energizer. Sorry, uh, sorry. What am I? Okay, Energizer as a case study. All right, we're looking at energizers and reverse voltage. Nemtek Energizers as a case study. Have you ever imagined most times after installation of an electric fence, so using the Nemtek Energizer in quotes, right? You've actually used the Nemtek Energizer for your installation, and you notice um sometimes some people they have this mind, they decide, they say they want to test, they want to still feel that shock. And when you touch the cables, the lines, you don't experience any shock. I want us to understand why we're having that and the solution to that problem. Let's assume this is our fence. Okay, we have our bracket here. Hmm, we have one line. We'll be using the six lines. Please pardon me. The six lines setup. Um, okay, let me use, sorry, we're using six lines. Let's use, let's assume this is a bracket. We have another bracket and a line. We have our live, uh-huh, live earth, live, live earth, live. All right, so this is earth. I want us to understand, so I'll be using these are earth. All right, and these are earth here. Okay, assume we have a bracket here. So we have a bracket here. All right, let me stop this here, and let's assume there's another bracket here. These are bobbins. All right, so it means let's assume our energizer is here. Hmm? Energizer. Let's assume this a wizard or wizard 4. Okay, now from this energizer, we have our earth terminal here and a live terminal here. All right, then this is how default You already see the live out. By default, you have on the side of your energizer. If your energizer is placed facing with the terminal, you have on the side the live out. Let's say this is the live out, and this is the live return. This is what we always have. Then here we can have the earth out, and this is the earth return. Okay, this is default. What it's supposed to look like. And let's assume your connection has been done. You've taken this gets here, the next line. Okay, let's assume this is your connection, and this one turns all the way to the energizer. This is live out, and this is live out, live return. Okay, now this is your earth terminal by default. Let's assume we're using two. Let's just assume we're using the two terminals, right? And this one returns here. Great. Okay, now by the time you have stuff like this, so I think for easy representation, we can have let's have this. Let's label our first live, earth, live, earth, and live. This is our configuration for the 6 lines, and you've carried out your installation. Your earthing has been done. You fix, for example, you fix your earth here, your earth to the ground. Okay, let's assume earthing has been done and it is done to the ground. And you come here, you decide to touch your live cable. Maybe you touch your live cable, or you decide to say, okay, you want to use your first scope to check, are you not getting voltage on the live cable. So there's one issue that most installers have. Some of them just assume, what is wrong with this energizer? Is it not 40? Is it not 40? Yes, you check the display LED on the wizard energizer, for example. You see every of the light is showing the good, and everything seems okay, but there's no voltage on the live out and the live return cable. Now, here is where the problem lies. It comes most times. I've experienced it most with the Wizard 4 energizers. So what do you do here? You will notice most times this is what has happened. Reverse voltage on your energizer. I don't know if that has to do with maybe the factory, as I tell they were manufacturing, maybe just a misrepresentation, a swap. You'll notice one thing. It is the earth terminal, this very one that ought to be the earth. This is the terminal that has power. This terminal that is you see we use as the earth. You'll notice this terminal has a power. By the time you come, if you place your, maybe somebody tries to say, okay, I want to touch it. Some persons they do it, but I prefer using my first scope. They just come and they touch it and they say it's not shocking. Then when you touch this other one, this one's shocked. All you need to do, you can swap it. The cable that's supposed to feed your live at the top, instead of them coming here, bring them here. And every of the cable that's supposed to be on this earth, swap them. It's just like moving this one, everything here, move them here, and every of the cable coming to this one, move it this way. At the end of the day, you have maybe your first line and the bottom line with voltage actually to those lines. But one thing I also need to let you know is sometimes it is not just about, like I always say, for me, I prefer shock per se is not actually my target when it comes to electric fence. I must be sincere with you. You might not experience that shock, but one thing is, what I always tell most of my clients, I tell them is, the main reason why I'm even fixing electric fence for you is just to alert you when there's an intrusion. All right. So the more reason most times why I always tell people, when you're dealing with electric fence, avoid anything that has to do with parallel connection. Some persons they just tap just to, let's just put live on the fence. They should just be so that it shocks somebody. But your configuration is wrong. You should be more concerned about your closed circuit system for your electric fence. Now, take for example, somebody comes wants to intrude a premises, and he gets to the fence, and he gets an insulated plier. I will tell you for sure and for free that person can cut the lines without receiving shock. Yes, they cut without receiving shock. That's why I tell you, it is not most times about the shock. It is about the circuit close, securing the top and the bottom, which most times you see, I'm always concerned about making sure that the first line and the last line is always closed, that nothing passes through the top and the bottom. And that's why sometimes you see my earthing, I can use only one cable and look my earth here, take one off for most of my configuration. Why? Why am I doing this? But one thing is, if it is done this way, the only thing I'm sure of is nobody wants to fly through the middle of a fence. You cannot come here and tell me you want to dive in. I don't know if you get. You want to dive in between this line. This is psychology. It is psychology. As a thief, you want to break into a house. The first thing you need to first try is to try. If it's me, if I'm a thief, what I'll do, I'll first try cut off the least line, the bottom line, the last one. So by the time I cut the alarm for the energizer will go off immediately. So that is why I said most times, even if you're having reverse voltage for your energizer, it is not a yardstick to say, okay, fine, you have so much concern. But I just showed you the solution to that problem. It's a matter of switching. The cables are ought to come here. Take all of them, bring them here. All the cables are supposed to be connected to take them here and bring them to this other one. It sorts it out. But that's why I said I'm so concerned about circuit that is in a closed loop, not parallel connection. In series, one single line goes all the way, and returns here. You can see this line. There's no bypass somewhere. If this thing comes here, for example, this is just if here I come here. Let me use the red pen. Let's assume I link this to this place here. You should understand, whenever if I break this place off, the alarm here will not go off because this guy is still sensing connection to this guy here. You get that? So that's why. Then if I also come again, I break somewhere inside here, it is still connected because there's connection from here all the way here and sent signal because it came all the way from here to this other one. So these are just stuff I want you to understand when it comes to having reverse voltage on an energizer. It is actually not much of a problem. All you just need to do is just to swap the live out and live return. Every of the cables, they push them to the earth out and the earth return, and every of the cable on the earth out and the earth return, take them to the live out and the live return. I hope this is well explained, and I hope most of us will don't have that challenge after now. Then please do not forget, I think we'll be moving to another section that has to do with configuration of energizers, how things you can actually add to your energizer. That will be the next topic of discussion. So that we'll talk about, there's one of the students I heard of recent was asking, he said, can we connect stuff where you can monitor your energizer from? I told him, yes, it is possible. And I want us to talk about it. We're beginning to talk about devices you can add to your fence. You can use it to monitor it. You can turn on your energizers remotely. You can also get feedback when there's an intrusion from that energizer. Thank you to every of our subscribers. I hope you share this video until we meet again in our very next class. Do have a lovely week. Bye for now.
The Food Tech TV.
slim shady, getting the death.